The LA Rams have released Todd Gurley, who just got picked up by the Falcons, and former Packer Clay Matthews. And so the question becomes, do we accept that Goldilocks-looking mother lover back into the fold, bringing him home and uniting with the Green Bay faithful? No. Grossi Posse Packer Nation. Welcome to an episode of Packast, the podcast where you don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom Grossi. And yep, as soon as Clay Matthews got released, I said, here come the DMs. And just like the tidal wave from the Meteor and Deep Impact, I was swallowed by the question, should we re-sign Clay Matthews? Can we move him to the inside middle linebacker? We could use him as outside linebacker for Sean Gary fails. And I was like, no, just no. But let's take a look about why I'm saying, I love Clay Matthews, but let's look at why I'm saying no to him. So Clay Matthews, obviously on the Packers, been in the league for 10 years from the 2009 draft. Great player when he was on the Packers, started to decline later in his career, whether it was via injuries or whether it was just we moved him to the inside, then we moved him outside, snip, snap, snip, snap. We moved him all over the place. In 2019, though, so he signed a 2-year deal with the LA Rams. In 2019, had 13 starts, 2 passes defended, 8 sacks, 37 combined tackles, 27 solo, 11 QB hits, and of course, 2 roughing the passer calls. Now, these stats obviously aren't that great. However, he was a rotational player. He only played 56% of the snaps. And in coverage, when he was in coverage, there was 10 targets on him and 9 of them were completed. So 90%, which is a pretty abysmal number. So if we're looking at it from that standpoint, it doesn't make sense because he's not a coverage guy. He never really has been. His strength has always been as an edge rusher or, and going after the quarterback when he's not getting flagged for roughing the passer. So let's look at it from 2 perspectives here. 1, inside linebacker. He's played the position before, obviously has a lot of familiarity with the Green Bay Packers. Not as much with this new system, but, it's there. But inside is not where Clay plays. And I feel like the only reason we'd bring him back as an inside linebacker is just for nostalgic reasons. And I love him, but I mean, you're not playing to his strengths, and he would be a rotational guy as well. So, for example, like we just got Kirksey, right? We hope that he is going to be able to be healthy and stay on the field. But, throwing Clay out there, and it'll probably be a cheap contract, it just doesn't make sense. If all the people are saying, hey, we want like youth and speed at that position, Clay Matthews is not going to offer those things. Instead, I would say, while we obviously didn't get Corey Littleton, we have to go inside linebacker in the first round, and that's where we're going to fill that need. Clay Matthews is not going to do that. And then for outside linebacker, it makes even less sense because we have the Smiths, right? So we have Zadarius and we have Preston, and we have Rashawn Gary as our outside linebackers. So it really doesn't make sense for him to fill in as a rotational guy. I mean, because we already have youth, and with like that's a strength of our team right now is going after the quarterback. So I feel like it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Now, again, could we get Clay Matthews for super cheap and it would be really nice? Absolutely, because it'd be nice for the fans. They're like, reuniting, but I don't see it happening. I wouldn't be surprised if Clay Matthews signs like a 1-year deal somewhere and just plays as a rotational guy on some other team. But I just don't think it makes any sense for the Packers. We're trying to improve in a position where putting more and more Band-Aids, which we have done for years, at that position hasn't worked. It hasn't worked for us at all. And this is the time where we need to spend some actual draft capital at the inside linebacker position so that could become a strength, or at least a developing strength, and not like a weakness as it has been for years and years. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to say no to Clay Matthews. But may he get roughing the passing calls everywhere else. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. You can always find me at TomGrossiComedy.com. We're at Tom Grossi Comedy on all social media you see down below. Check out Packast on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify, and of course YouTube. And a big shout out and thank you to all Patreon members who are at patreon.com/TomGrossiComedy. We'll have more videos coming out today, but thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack Go.